Hello! We're back! Another episode of Robonauts, your favorite, guys.
Hello!
It's actually not that bad to bounce around and shoot. Kind of mindless.
Yeah. I was gonna say, the bouncing looks nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's all it is. It's just jumping and
neat.
holding a button down. Not much. Anyhow, go for it, Dex.
It's
Said you have things to talk about. So, talk about something.
Yeah, so, I'm really starting to lately to learn how much of a stud I am. Just not in the area I want to be.
Okay. What does that mean, Derek?
So like, in like it's so like in like the recent. So to start with, like in recent months, probably pretty much since I post, or just like from probably some of the stuff I post on Instagram, but like I started like pretty somewhat commonly getting like messages like hey beautiful girl, woo, like, or like heart react and stuff like that, which is more just like, you know, just like fuck boys that probably just don't realize that like I'm a guy.
Right.
That I either get that, or I would get trans girls, or
okay.
like just like femboys basically messaging being like hey, like you're real cute and stuff, and let's do naughty talk
butt.
stuff, or that too. That was their ultimate goal, probably.
Yeah.
So
everyone's ultimate goal is to do it in the butt. Proven fact.
Yeah.
Change my mind.
But,
you can't.
yeah.
It's true.
It's either to do it in the butt or have it done in the butt.
Exactly. My man, Derek understands.
Yeah, so like, yeah, but that's like that's like just like DMs on Instagram. Like that's just like, it's anonymous, it's online, it's people like send stuff like that. That makes sense. It's like whatever that happens.
Right.
You know, people are way more gross online than they are in person.
Right.
That being said, as I've mentioned before, like one of my coworkers was like, they were like asking me out, so I wasn't 100% sure that was what was happening.
Right.
It's not entirely why I said no, or why I didn't want to. It actually really wasn't a prime factor. There were so many overlying factors why I said no, but they are the one who did is trans, to ask me out.
Right.
So they're trans woman.
Wouldn't even matter, because
which like they
you know, like if you're not into dick, you're not into dick. That's the politest way of putting it.
Some people will probably take this. I know some people take this the wrong way. I'm not interested. I'm not really interested in trans women, and it's not like, I don't mean it like anything of like being like I totally respect them and everything, but it's the same thing for me as like not being interested in like like other like races or other just like certain things for people. You can't control what you're interested in, and like if you're not interested in something for whatever reason, you're just not. Like,
I mean, there doesn't need to be honestly, there really shouldn't even need to be any explanation. Like, you know, if you're not interested in someone, you should
you should just be able
have to force yourself to be interested in someone. That's like the
you
that's
don't
like
owe them
the
explanation, but
I know.
My point is though, it's like there are certain.
Oh, I'm not.
There's certain like things that are like turned off to people.
But like, there's not. It's definitely not most trans people. I know there's a select few trans people that's like, oh, if you're straight, you should like trans women, but it doesn't work that way for a lot of people. It's not, if it works for you, that's fine.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't work that way for some people. And that should be perfectly understandable.
It's not so.
And if you really think
it's not something personal or anything. It's more or less just like it's just something you really can't. It's just how you feel and something you really can't control.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of fucked up that people like me of all people, like I know you don't force someone to like you. I've learned that lesson in high school.
Yeah.
But straight up, you just can't. Don't do that. It does not help either.
Yeah.
And and so for me, like I'm not interested in trans women. Basically what I said, you know, like I'll always respect your pronouns and your gender and because you're human. But you know, I don't like. Yeah, even if you technically no longer have a dick. For me, I don't think I could ever get past that they once did. That's just. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just,
for me, it's for me it's that is kind of partially it. One thing that you really can't change is bone structure too, and just like the feel of like masculine bone structure. Just like ultimately, it's just not like if you're. I'm only interested in the relationship like long term. I would never like look for anything short term. So like if I don't see a future with someone, then like I just have no interest. And like if I only see a future with someone if there would be like if I feel like I'd be happy like the whole time. There's not like some underlying factor I'm just gonna have to ignore my whole life or try to just like pretend isn't there or whatnot. And like bone structure is one of those things that will just like that. I don't know. I want to be attracted to whoever I'm with, and like.
And
which
what's
can
weird to me?
Sound shallow to some people, but like it's not.
You're allowed to be shallow. That's ridiculous. So never let anyone force you to date someone you don't want to date. Okay, it doesn't matter who they are. Anyone that's doing that doesn't matter what reason is an asshole. Like factually speaking. I'm upset that I killed that guy after he killed me. Those fucking ramper enemies, they're stupid. They're actually not, well, anyhow. But you know what I find weird for me? Or at least kind of weird? Like, I'm not into, trans men, either. Which, I mean, it's because, it's the gender. They identify as a guy. So they're masculine, and but it's like, I don't know. I guess you would think that maybe it's like, I guess that makes sense. I guess not that weird.
I'm not really interested personally in anything that is or was once masculine.
Yeah, I'm actually I want like a real girly girl if I ever want to date someone. Not even so much a tomboy.
Yeah, that's like. Yeah, like that's the thing, and like
I wouldn't necessarily deny someone from being a tomboy. Actually, one of the girls I like recently is most definitely a tomboy, without a doubt. But
there's certain aspects I like, but like I'm picky, and you're allowed to be.
Yeah, most of the girls I've liked have been really girly girls. They haven't even been like nerds, like that's just not what I wasn't my interest.
But anyways, going back to what I was saying, a while ago.
Yeah.
More of what we just said is just date who you want. Don't give a fuck. You're allowed to exclude people from dating. You don't owe them an explanation. Do what makes you happy specifically. Anyways, like my coworker asked me I was trans. They've never said anything to me about it. I've never asked. I just know it. I know it from actually one of my other coworkers saw it on or determined it from old Facebook posts that they made because they looked them up on Facebook and looked through stuff. And I was I was like 99% sure from like the moment I met this person, just because of what I mentioned before of bone structure, really. Because like it's something you really just can't change. And like when you transition, generally that's something you really can't change without like major surgery or anything. Like so like and even then, like still it's tough. So but they never met.
I have a good question topic that I might choose to save for a different day. But go on.
But yeah, so they were one person. They asked me out. I'm pretty sure. To which I of course said no, because like I wasn't interested in this part. I said no mostly because of just like their personality, but like there were so many reasons why there was never like a chance for that to happen in the first place. And today they informed me, I guess one of the guys downstairs is interested in me.
Nice. They think you're gay too.
Which yeah. So like, yeah, she told me about it, and I was like, or she told me like, so the way she phrased it, she said like I heard about something from some coworkers that like might be like real exciting. It was about you and stuff like that. And I was in my head, I'm thinking like, am I finally getting recognized for being a fucking good worker and maybe getting like a little something better of a job, or
well, in one
maybe
way
that's what it is.
Your job
like,
upgrading per se for some people. Maybe not necessarily for you, but...
And and I was actually I was disappointed because I was hoping I've been like, since I hate this job, but like I just want more money, which I am getting more money starting actually next week. I get a raise thanks to New York State.
Oh yeah. I already got. Actually, I never got a raise when I was kind of upset. So, thanks. Thanks, boy. I don't know what my if I get a raise come the new year. I should, but I don't. What happened?
Yeah, so yeah, they and then like they told me that like that another that like someone who works here is interested in me, and I was like, oh. I was like disappointed because I was disappointed because like I was hoping it was something better work related. And then like as the conversation progressed, I got even more disappointed because like it did not, because like it's a guy.
Yeah.
And like I have no interest in dating anyone that works in that establishment in the first place, because like I don't think I've met a soul that I care to actually like interact with beyond like work. I haven't actually. That's the short answer. I just haven't. So I was like, so what I was gonna say then, like I don't intend to date anyone from here anyways. But they told me it was a guy, and I was like, well, that makes it, in my head I was thinking, well, that makes it easier to say why I don't care. And I was like, I'm not really interested. And she was like, do you know who I'm talking about? Or like kind of this guy like comes up here sometimes, like tall with glasses, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm straight, so you know. And she was like, oh, I thought you were like open-minded. I was like,
open.
Oh, and then I had to which I was like, well, I have to, and in my head, then I had to like re-explain the whole on the line the buy thing.
Yeah.
Like the precise, I had to explain the precise latitude and longitude of where my sexuality line lies.
Do you have more to say?
No, it's just I guess in like in recent months, I guess I've I've learned. I guess I'm very popular with trans women and guys.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
I guess maybe I'm getting closer to girls. I'll get there someday.
I'll get there. No, Derek, I think you're taking farther steps away. You began for trans women, so you're there.
That's true.
At a girl, gender-wise, you just need the vagina, but then you stepped to there. Then you went straight on for men. All right. Next time on Speletons. Hope you guys enjoyed this. This is like the beginning of January, I think, or maybe not. Who knows? This is December when we're recording this, but the next one probably be at the end of the month, and then I don't know if I'm gonna do it like at the beginning of the month, or the end of the month. But I want to do this about once a month, kind of like what I do with CTR. But yeah, see you guys.